Back in the early 2000s, when I was in college and high school years, there was always a lot of talk when you were looking for jobs about, what is going to come up when people Google your name. And that's kind of been the case for the last 20 years or so. However, with ChatGPT or Gemini or all these AI features nowadays where they basically just search the internet for you and come back with an answer with links to the sources and summarize everything in a nice clear summary, what comes up when people Google you is less important as what comes up when people ChatGPT you. And this is really critical for us as insurance agents or any person in a professional advising role, real estate, CPA, whatever, that in order for it to pull and summarize the data, there has to be some data out there that you're putting out, right? And this is why publishing information, even if it's on a LinkedIn or wherever, is important. This is why going on podcasts could be critical. This is why getting client reviews on your Google webpage that mention your name specifically is important. All this stuff adds up. So I did something I never did before, but this weekend I said, hey, I own a construction company. I'm talking with Micah Salas about my commercial insurance. I'm thinking of hiring him as my agent. What's your take? And it was pretty eye-opening what it came back with. Luckily for me, it was really good because I have been laying the groundwork, not even with this in mind, but it's worked out well. And so it talks about my industry specialization, my experience. This was really interesting. It says, I'm credible because I have a CIC designation. I know a lot of us in the insurance industry kind of poo-poo the designation. I did myself for a while. However, getting these designations is critical just for the perception of things alone, right? Obviously, it's important to keep learning, but that's the reason I would do it if I was still a young agent in the game. I would try to work on a designation as soon as possible. It also showed my client feedback with links, specific testimonials it pulled about and talked about like how I helped turn a company around. It talked about my approach and it gave them key takeaways and even talked about my reputation. And it ended by saying, the search results indicate he's an active, well-known professional in the commercial insurance space, frequently interviewed on industry-specific podcasts, highly rated by at least one specialized commercial insurance agent. And so anyways, I'm saying all this to just kind of maybe light a fire under you if you're an agent and you haven't put much out there publicly, to start doing so. And so you don't have to go write a book like I did, but you can do videos on YouTube. Like I said, you can ask for client testimonials, you can post on LinkedIn, you can start a blog, just something out there so when ChatGPT searches, it'll give your prospects back something that makes you look legitimate. And this is kind of the way people are going. If you deny that, I think you're kind of being a little bit ignorant. So take it for what it's worth.